Let's have a quick conversation about Shopify domains. The big question is, should you buy it or not? So let's cut to the chase. You want to buy it if you want seamless integration. If you prefer a platform with a successful track record. If you seek an all-in-one platform, you want to go with Shopify. You want to buy it if you prefer, let's say, a platform with easy setup. Shopify has really simplified the setup in the last few years. It's just fantastic. Buy also if you seek seamless integration with other tools. If you want to integrate marketing tools also, you really want to go with Shopify. Don't buy it if you want a low-cost domain. If you seek advanced management features. If you seek an independent web hosting platform. If you seek 100% ownership over your domain. And don't buy if you prefer 100% customer support. And if you seek also unlimited domain options, Shopify is definitely not the place to be. So the bottom line here is that Shopify domains offer integration and convenience within the Shopify ecosystem. You get to build a custom website or storefront that actually resonates with your brand, that's for sure. However, Shopify comes with limitations in domain options and ongoing renewal fees. This is why you got to carefully assess your business's needs and budget before committing to Shopify's domain service. Ultimately, the decision should align with your business goals and priorities for long-term success in your digital journey. The bottom line here is that when we think about Shopify, of course, we are speaking about a behemoth, a giant in e-commerce. But Shopify is great for a website, for a dropshipping website, for an e-commerce presence. But when it comes to domains, they're not there yet. They're gradually building their infrastructure on that front. But right now, they're not there yet. You have other players who are way better than Shopify when it comes to domain. Like I'm talking about Bluehost, for instance, or even GoDaddy. Bluehost, you have GoDaddy, you have a DreamHost. Those players have started the domain registration business model a long time ago. And Shopify is kind of a newcomer when it comes to domains. So you have to really see what really works for you. Now, let me detail things for you. Okay, I give you the snapshot. Now, I want to talk to you about the details. Now, price-wise, Shopify is expensive, no question about it. But how much does a domain cost, you ask? Now, like many tech-related questions, the answer to how much the domain cost is unsatisfactory. It really depends. You must take into account the keywords you pick, the TLD you choose, the top-level domain you choose, domain availability, domain registrar pricing, and additional services you may need. So it's all about supply and demand, but also the specific functionalities you are after. So Shopify has different plans for different business sizes. So Shopify's basic plan offers an entry point into the realm of e-commerce, priced at around $24 per month, billed annually. Other plans include the Shopify plan, $69 per month, billed yearly, Advanced, $299, and the Plus, $2,300, billed once a year. So the question is, you got to ask yourself, what is your budget? Where is your budget at? Okay, and so you can see that it's not really cheap. Now, can you transfer domains while using Shopify? That's a crucial question. You need to answer it right. And the thing is, yes, Shopify has made it very easy to transfer domains, not a problem. So that's really one of the advantages, if you will, when it comes to buying Shopify domains. If you decide, let's say, to transfer your domain away from Shopify to another registrar or platform, say Bluehost or DreamHost, understand the domain transfer process is not really complicated, but you have to really start early. Shopify provides guidelines and support for domain transfers. Another thing to know about Shopify domain is that it's DNS management. So DNS, domain name system management, is really an integral part of maintaining your online presence. And Shopify actually offers DNS management tools that allow you to configure DNS settings such as A records, CNAME records, and MX records. Finally, choosing a name for your brand or business is crucial, especially during the domain registration process. So to choose a Shopify domain, you want to access your Shopify admin and navigate to settings. Within the domain section, input your desired domain name into the designated field. And if the domain name is available, proceed by clicking Add Domain. If the domain name is already claimed, explore alternative options until you find an available domain that suits your needs. And Shopify is going to help you in that journey anyway. Now, what's the catch with Shopify domains? Of course, we're still having a conversation about Shopify domains. Should you buy or not? So what's the catch? With Shopify, you don't have to worry about the company's honesty in pricing. In other words, Shopify's rates are true. But hold up. Before you take the plunge, there are a few hooks to watch out for. First off, the renewal fee lurking around the corner. Remember that this fee can add up over time. So are you ready to commit to that long-term relationship with your wallet? Second, you want to factor in your store's dependency on Shopify. Once you hitch your domain to Shopify, it's like they've got the leash, right? If you ever decide to take your business elsewhere, are you prepared for the hassle of untangling that leash? Think about that for a sec. And what about customization? Shopify's platform is like a well-oiled machine, but sometimes you need a little extra grease to make things run smoothly. Are you okay with the limitations on customizing that come with using Shopify domains despite their expensive nature? You tell. So what you need to know is that you have to really think about the pricing. You have to think about also the TLD availability, the top level domain, right? While .com enjoys universal recognition, a niche TLD might be better for you because it might be better aligned with your brain's focus and make your store stand out in a crowded digital landscape. Now, what if Shopify doesn't have that? So you want to find the perfect balance between broad recognition and targeted relevance for your online presence and choose a domain that's best for you. Finally, keep in mind also that Shopify charges transaction fees for each sale made through their platform. It doesn't matter what domain type you are using. Those fees vary depending on your chosen pricing plan, with lower fees for higher tier plans. However, if you use Shopify payments as your payment gateway, you can really avoid additional transaction fees. And that can be consequential, especially over the long run. So what are Shopify's competitors offering? Well, let's talk about Shopify versus Hover, for instance. When it comes to user friendliness, both Hover and Shopify are quite alike. Hover Domains is a domain registrar and management service known for its user-friendly interface and emphasis on customer support. The company was founded about 15 years ago, and Hover is actually great when it comes to simplifying the process of registering and managing domain names for individuals, businesses, and organizations. So that's really cool. And so in terms of pricing, basically Hover is a little above Shopify. What about Shopify versus GoDaddy? Both GoDaddy and Shopify domains offer a wide selection of domain extensions, including popular options like .com, .net, and .org, as well as newer and specialized extensions. However, GoDaddy has a slightly larger selection of extensions compared to Shopify. And when it comes to pricing, GoDaddy and Shopify domains both offer transparent pricing for domain registration and renewal. And while Shopify's introductory rate is $24, GoDaddy charges for the lowest plan $7 per month. So GoDaddy is quite better than Shopify in that it offers you both a free trial and a free version to play around until you are good to upgrade to a paid plan. What about Shopify and Bluehost? This is another player that I want to familiarize you with. And while Bluehost is primarily a web hosting provider, offering shared hosting, WordPress hosting, VPS hosting, and dedicated server hosting, Shopify is an e-commerce platform that provides hosting specifically tailored to online stores. So Shopify is known for its user-friendly interface and intuitive design, making it easy for beginners to set up and manage their online stores. Bluehost also offers a user-friendly interface, particularly with its WordPress hosting plans, that may require more technical expertise for, let's say, customization and advanced features. So when it comes to pricing, for instance, both Bluehost and Shopify have pricing structures that are tailored to the services offered by each platform, with Shopify's plans including e-commerce features and Bluehost plans focusing on hosting services. So this is something to really think about, and this could really affect your pricing down the road. It really depends on the type of services you're looking for in the first place. So we are talking about Shopify domains, buy it or not. So what does affect Shopify domains prices? It really depends. First of all, the domain extension. Be aware that your choice of domain extension .com, .net, .org, .shop, etc. can significantly impact the price of a Shopify domain. Generally, more common and popular extensions like .com tend to have higher prices compared to newer or specialized extensions. Also, you have renewal fees. So Shopify domains typically come with annual renewal fees so you can retain your domain's ownership. This renewal fees can vary depending on the domain extension and any additional services or features you included with the domain registration. That's an important element to think about. And also domain availability. So premium domain names that are short, memorable, and highly relevant may command higher prices due to their scarcity and perceived value. Currency and payment methods. So currency exchange rates and transaction fees may apply when paying for domain registration in a different currency or using certain payment methods. Also, additional services. So what happens here is that when you request additional services such as, let's say, email hosting, SSL certificates, or website building tools, they may affect the overall price of your domain package. And so what affects prices in the industry overall? Well, the thing here is that several factors can influence prices in the industry overall, including brand perception and positioning, competition, consumer behavior, advancement in tech, government regulations, and market conditions. Let me break it down a little bit for you. So when I talk about brand perception and positioning, the thing is that premium brands often command higher prices due to perceived value and quality, while budget brands may compete on price to attract cost-conscious consumers. Competition is all about demand and supply, right? So intense competition often leads to price wars as companies vie for market share, while monopolistic conditions may result in higher prices. Consumer behavior. So basically, if people are really saving money, or if they're cost conscious, this could really affect also. And advancement in tech also can have an effect on pricing in the industry in general. Also, overall government regulations. So factors such as price controls, tariffs, taxes, and trade policies can all affect pricing decisions, especially in the long run. How can you get the best deal with Shopify domains? Well, there are several domain registrars where you can get affordable domains for your brand. So basically, I want to share with you a few tips on how to get the best domain at the best available price. First of all, you want to look for promotions. Keep an eye out for promotions or discounts offered by Shopify for domain registrations, which include discounted registration fees, bundled services, or let's say special offers for new customers. You want to compare and contrast prices. So while Shopify offers convenience and integration, exploring other options can help you find the most competitive pricing for your desired domain name. Remember, you're not really attached to Shopify. You have other players in the industry. And what you want to do also is that you want to negotiate renewal fees. So when renewing your domain registration with Shopify, consider negotiating renewal fees or exploring alternative renewal options. You can also opt for longer terms. So when registering a domain with Shopify, consider opting for longer registration terms to leverage discounts for longer registration periods, allowing you to actually lock in lower prices over time. Remember, domain registration is kind of similar to renting an apartment, right? You're renting over a certain period. So the longer, the better, and the longer the period, the lower the rent, so to speak. And don't be satisfied with just almost perfect. You've got your preferences and taste. So settling for almost isn't ideal if you truly want to get the best deal with Shopify domains. Stick to your business goals, very important, needs and preferences. So the bottom line is, if you know what you're doing, applying the right strategy, and maximizing every available opportunity, you can save yourself some extra bucks along the line. In other words, you are able to know exactly what you want, and you can see if Shopify is adding value in some way, shape, or form to your business, and that's why you want to buy Shopify domain's name. The final question is, can you afford Shopify domains prices? Before you jump into a purchasing decision, slow down, right? Breathe in and out, and then ask yourself some of these questions. What is my budget? What goals does my business have? And the cool thing is, what kind of niche am I in? Is the Shopify domain ideal for my long-term business pursuit, right? Because there has to be an alignment between your business pursuits, your business goals, and the Shopify domains model. And so when you provide answers to some of those questions, you know exactly if you can manage the prices of the Shopify domains, because it's all about budget, but also it's also about cash inflows and cash outflows. And the cash inflows and cash outflows must have a direct correlation to your business activities. Consider factors such as renewal fees, potential discounts or promotions, and let's say any additional services or add-ons you may require. And these things change all the time. So bottom line is that determining affordability requires evaluating your overall financial situation and priorities concerning your online presence and e-commerce goals. So finally, is Shopify domains a waste of time or not? It depends. One thing for sure, Shopify domain is definitely not a waste of time if you prioritize seamless integration with your Shopify store, prefer a platform with a proven track record of success, seek an all-in-one platform, want an easy setup process, and desire integration with marketing tools. That's for sure. However, you want to refrain from buying Shopify domains if you are seeking a low-cost domain, independent web hosting, 100% ownership over your domain, unlimited domain options, or prompt customer support. So you got to weigh these factors carefully before making your decision, because a domain actually is the start of your online presence, okay? And a website is actually the epitome, if you will, of your brand. It's the digital epitome of your brand. So customers are going to, like, your brand will reflect on your business and vice versa. So it's important for you to make sure that the brand is kind of held in high esteem in customers' perceptions. But one thing for sure, in the grand scheme of things, Shopify domain is totally worth it. When you look at the pros and cons, you look at the reputation of the business, you look at the proven track record, this service is definitely worth it. So in closing, I spoke to you about Shopify domains, should you buy it or not, what you need to know, what are Shopify's competitors offering, what affects Shopify domains prices, what affects prices in the industry overall, and now in closing, thank you so much. God bless you. I see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.